This is without precedent in American history. The former president of the United States now subject to a search of his primary residence by the FBI.
You should be outraged. You should be angry today. 2 failed impeachments, 1 failed special counsel investigation, 1 questionable election, and now an FBI raid into the former president of the United States, Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home.
Going in with 100 FBI agents, 30 going into the house, refusing to allow President Trump's lawyers into the house. This is unprecedented.
The FBI is doing something that is totally unprecedented, completely unprecedented here. And I think we just have to be cognizant of the fact that what we've seen develop and what we've seen happen, it does weaponize the FBI. But, you know, are we shocked? This is the ghost of Mueller past. That's what this is. And it's going to be all this hype about what's down there, and then you end up with that 800-page report, which basically had nothing.
A sad day for the neutrality of law enforcement. There was such a simple way around this. They could have subpoenaed the 15 boxes and the content of the safe. Then a judge could have gone through every document and say, this was never classified, this was classified but declassified, this has privilege, either executive privilege or lawyer-client privilege. Instead, they swooped down and just seized everything, and there's no judicial intervention to see whether the seizure is proper. That's why this is the first time in American history this has been done.
These agencies are incapable of self-correcting. So all of the checks in the system failed here. Everything that would have said, no, we shouldn't do this. No, we shouldn't do this. No, it went up to the Associate Attorney General or the DAG. No, we shouldn't do this. And what happens instead? It gets approved.
Remember, the FBI actually altered evidence to get the initial warrants on President Trump. Kevin Kleinsmith, lawyer at the Justice Department, actually altered evidence that went in front of the court when they first started spying on President Trump and his campaign. So they've already proven they're willing to alter evidence, and you couple that with everything we have seen over the last several years, and then, frankly, all the lies we've caught the January 6th committee in, even though we don't get to sit in on the depositions, we don't get to see the transcripts, we don't get to see the evidence. We've caught them in a number of lies. Imagine how many other false statements they're given to the country that we have no idea.
We need a full explanation with Q&A. And yeah, if they can do it to the president, they can do it to you, they can do it to me, they can do it to all of our viewers. Right. That's what's so dangerous here.
Mind-numbing that we now have learned that the judge that issued the search warrant, signed the search warrant at the former president's home, recused himself from a civil matter involving a lawsuit with Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton because, as he acknowledged, this came out on his own motion, that he was not capable of being impartial.
6 weeks ago.
6 weeks ago.
8 weeks ago.
And then 6 weeks later, after he recuses himself from a civil case, he has no problem signing a search warrant in a criminal matter against the same parties.
We're now learning that the judge, Bruce Reinhart, the woke Florida magistrate who happily signed off on the Mar-a-Lago raid, previously recused himself from a case involving President Trump. Keep in mind, this low-level judge also openly posted anti-Trump material on social media like Facebook, questioning the former president's morality.
This judge had to have known that this kind of blowback was coming. So what could have possibly changed, not to be a conspiracy theorist here, but what could have possibly changed in 2 months to make him go, but this one I'm going to do, knowing it will be public, knowing that you're going to get blowback from probably both sides now because you publicly made these statements, you've publicly recused yourself saying I'm too biased to be able to do this, but for this one, maybe the most egregious of all, sign off on it, it's fine. I mean, this could kill your career.
On the political side, we do know that records show that Reinhart donated thousands of dollars to former President Barack Obama's campaign and so-called Victory Fund back in 2008. But what we don't know, frustratingly for everyone, is what caused the judge to sign off. What was the probable cause that led to the judge agreeing to the FBI's request to raid?
So many people in this country have lost faith and trust in these systems, in the Department of Justice, these institutions that literally exist to serve the American people, and just the level of corruption, the increasing weaponization of, you know, whether it's Department of Justice, Department of Homeland Security, the IRS, to go after political opponents in broad daylight is just shocking and incredibly dangerous.
Remember who you're dealing with here. Bad actors. They don't treat any of us the same.
They do go after you because you're conservative. They do go after President Trump because he wants to take down the swamp. We have multiple years now of history. You don't have to rely on conspiracy theories. Just go to the facts.